You want to submerge yourself in an incredibly lush, high-stakes, and beautifully dark romantasy masterpiece? K.F. Breene's Obsidian delivers an absolute masterclass in the epic fae, forced proximity, and enemies to lovers genres. Serving as the explosive, viral first installment in the celebrated Shadowbound Fae series, this novel completely subverts traditional fantasy romance expectations. It perfectly balances a raw, unapologetic look at an elite, dangerous magical court with a brooding, terrifyingly possessive anti-hero and an underlying threat of severe psychological suspense. It is a pulse-pounding page-turner that proves when your pristine sense of security is entirely smashed to ash by shifting royal politics, absolute domestic surrender to your mortal enemy isn't a defect. It's the only way to survive a treacherous war zone of magic, survival, and fated bonds. The story follows a high-stakes emotional and tactical journey told through alternating first-person perspective points that expose the raw, bleeding wounds of its characters. The narrative centers on a fierce, deeply resilient heroine who is hiding behind a heavily armored psychological shield of strategic detachment to manage a dark timeline of deep-seated structural family trauma. Her beautifully structured survival universe violently fractures when she is targeted by the realm's dangerous elite, forcing her into an inescapable forced proximity overlap with the Shadow Court's deadliest player. Enter the alpha anti-hero, a ruthless, emotionally unavailable fae warrior who treats traditional guidelines like simple suggestions, executing absolute control over those who cross his path, while guarding his own deep, dark combat secrets and a strict operational commandment to claim her. Bound together by an undeniable, toxic physical tension, an ancient shadow legacy, and shifting court alliances, they enter a dark timeline of deep-seated mutual suspicion, sharp partner banter behind closed doors, and agonizingly deep mutual pining. Breene handles this delicate psychological and physical war zone beautifully, turning a classic fantasy premise into an intimate playground of genuine vulnerability and emotional safety. As the complex pair navigate an escalating war zone of public high society rumors, hidden betrayal threats buried within their respective factions, and shifting domestic realities across shared luxury safe house boundaries, the hero's stone-cold public face gets systematically dismantled to expose a fiercely loyal, terrifyingly protective jealousy over the woman he guards. Alongside the pulse-pounding analytical maneuvers to survive the court's power struggles, the narrative explores a profound internal evolution, forcing the alpha to balance his clinical focus on territorial dominance with a rare, heartbreaking measure of domestic tenderness and emotional healing. The audiobook format breathes a thrumming, deeply intimate life into this addictive tale, utilizing a god-tier conversational narration performance that perfectly renders every low, gravelly rumble of possessive alpha dominance, sharp partner banter behind closed doors, and breathless whisper of passion flawlessly. It is a triumphant, pulse-pounding masterpiece that redefines modern romantasy, showing that true victory comes when you find an elite, unshakable sanctuary in the arms of those who would burn the world to keep you safe.